Luca Murabito of Switzerland. He already has been on a World Cup podium on vault and also on floor.
That's our
Second best
Chupni.
performer in qualification, Ukraine's Nazar Cheperny. He won a bronze medal on floor yesterday and he's having a superb World Cup season.
Good morning,
He is
everyone.
the reigning World Universities champion on vault as well as a World Championship medalist. Eddie Penev of Bulgaria, silver medalist on floor yesterday and the fifth best performer in qualification for this particular final. And it's such a privilege to have the reigning junior champion of the world on vault, Tommaso Brugnami of Italy here.
Reigning world champion in vault for junior.
Getting used to the senior circuit, we're delighted to see him in this final.
That's right, and we have here Artur Davtyan.
A corker of a competition for the Armenian men's team, Artur Davtyan. His teammates won 2 gold medals yesterday.
Welcome to CAIRO Gymnastics, and today we're going to watch the FiG Apparatus World Cup CAIRO 2025.
A Mediterranean Games medalist and a multiple national championship medalist.
Yun. Oh my god. Here are the men's vault finalists. Mag-warm up ang mga gymnasts.
Well, we really have got a couple of great finals to bring you.
Yes. Ooh, it's a great finals. And today we will gonna watch the men's vault finals and balance beam.
The finalists in the women's beam competition and the first
Wait
four.
lang, nahirapan
We'll
ako.
see Elia Nemor go second in the order as the top performer in qualification. We also have the third best in qualifying.
All right, it's better.
Georgieva.
Itosi from Uzbekistan, he's good. Oh, Elia Nemor.
Split warm-up system in operation for all of the finals. So 4 warm-up compete.
So this gonna be an alternating between the men's vault and the women's balance beam. You're watching live here through the laptop of CAIRO Gymnastics. This is live event in CAIRO, FiG Apparatus World Cup.
The men's vault final, and we'll see Nazar Cheperny in the first half. He was the second best performer in qualification. We'll have the 7th.
Probably Nazar will be on the
in the first half.
The podium, maybe.
Great pleasure to have your company wherever it is you're watching from today. My name's Ollie Hogben. I'll be talking you through all of the action from the CAIRO International Stadium. It is a lovely
He's amazing.
In this extraordinary city.
From Switzerland.
I've had the opportunity to visit CAIRO for the first time, and I cannot recommend it strongly enough, especially if you love architecture and you love history. It's a really remarkable city.
Indeed.
Vivacious place.
Medyo konti lang yung tao ngayon. So kung may oras kayo, you can go to CAIRO to visit the place or watch this.
Extraordinary glimpses into antiquity and human civilization.
Once a year, we are having a World Cup in CAIRO. So yun.
The gymnasts themselves have been speaking about it all week. They've had the chance, many of them, to visit the pyramids, which of course is something one simply must do, and it's actually very close to CAIRO. It's only about 45 minutes or so journey by car.
Oh, that's good. 45 minutes by car.
Unpredictable CAIRO traffic.
Yeah. CAIRO is a lot of traffic because it's a city.
Extraordinary museum of antiquities.
Indeed, a museum of antiquity, yes.
And so many of the athletes have really been absolutely awestruck by what they've seen, and it's easy to see why.
We have here Valentina Georgieva on the balance beam first.
World Cup competition, awestruck since her return from injury some time ago. She comes into this the third best qualifier on beam, 12.6 in the preliminary round.
12.6, so that's 13.0 if on the previous code. Awesome. Oh, that's a good save. Oops. Good
Doing
save.
well to keep stability on the beam here.
Great artistry and composure too. It's awesome. Awesomely done.
Twist round with assurance to conclude that routine. Valentina Georgieva of Bulgaria.
Great job, Valentina
Nice to see her in a beam
Georgieva.
final in World Cup competition. We're so used to really focusing on her fantastic work on vault.
Great job, Georgieva. And now we come to the men's vault.
She was fourth in the vault final yesterday. Now over to her teammate.
Great chest. Pogi. We have here from Bulgaria. Yeah, gymnast from Bulgaria. From the European.
Dimitar Dimitrov of
Dimitar
Bulgaria.
Dimitrov.
Seventh best in qualification.
Seventh best.
13.75 in the preliminary round.
Hope he will do well. Good
That was
job.
very stable, wasn't it? He
Yeah,
picked up
very
a
stable.
9.4
So plus
for
0.1.
execution for his first vault in the preliminary
Well,
round.
he had a good executions, but maybe the difficulties are low.
Lovely stable landing.
Indeed. Very stable yung landing niya.
Very experienced gymnast. We're quite used to seeing him in vault finals, including twice at continental level.
Nice. Nice one.
Well. It's not going to be an enormously high degree of difficulty compared to some of the vaulting that we're going to go on to witness.
It's good to see these competitions because next year, Eldro Yulo will be joining these competitions. Well, he has to join the competitions to get used with the senior competitions.
Should be the more complex of the two.
I love that red short. Like a fighter. May tattoo lang siya. Medyo destructive ang tattoo. Masakit kaya yan? Because when you grow old, it may affect your
Wait for
skin.
the opening score to come in for Dimitrov. We're going to be alternating between men's vault and women's balance beam throughout, as is generally the way things are done in CAIRO. They like to use the alternating system in finals.
Indeed.
Always provides an interesting stylistic contrast when it's done that way. Well, we'll have a look back at this performance of Dimitar Dimitrov.
Great job for his vault
He's really
one.
stable as he lands.
Very stable. That's good.
As I said, 9.4 execution in the preliminary round. Now, over on beam, Valentina Georgieva.
Valentina got
12.06.
12.06.
So she's managed
Yeah.
a little gain from
Execution,
the preliminary
7.46 due to deductions. Doon kanina yung mga muntik na siyang mahulog talaga. That's fine.
Just shy of 110. But certainly puts her in contention, considering she was the third best qualifier.
We have now here the one from Bulgaria. We're gonna do the second
Still
vault.
to come, the parallel bars competition in the floor final.
It really takes time for the vault to start. So he got 9.366 execution.
866 for the Luo Yun vault.
For me, if I am Dimitar Dimitrov, I will increase now my difficulty. Will learn to have a new difficulties so that I will increase
This is
my
going to be the
score.
interesting one because he had 3 penalty tenths in qualifying for what we anticipate to be his more challenging vault. This is where he could really pick up some numbers.
Good
And
job.
he has
Ah,
done
nice one, nice
a
one.
much more assured job with his shoe felt.
Great execution also.
Yeah, no wonder he reacts as he did. I mean, that was a lot.
Cagliari Morna of
Well done to him.
Algeria. Perhaps maybe a golden winning performance.
To Kaylia Nemor on beam, the top performer in qualification with a score of 13.2.
13.2.
She dominated the bars final as expected yesterday.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Ang ganda ng,
elegant
ng
poised
mounting
mount.
niya. Very graceful. Whoa.
Really stabilised that loss of alignment.
Just a
going on in the
triple
acrobatic series.
pass.
Legs going nicely up towards horizontal.
Galing. So if you are watching this, subscribe, like, and share to Chris RD Gymnastics. We are having gymnastics and also
Very
diving.
poised looking aerial again.
Very precise ang mga movement niya. Well computed. Oops, that's a good save.
Just a sense of the stability being astray there in the wolf turn.
During World Championship, she is
Not
also
so
a medalist in balance beam. But for last year's Doha, I think she got all the medals. Beautiful. This it for the dismount.
That's a
Wow.
lovely double pipe conclusion
Yes,
from Kaylia Nemor.
that's very
Lots
hard.
of excellent work in that display. As I said, she was the top qualifier.
Excellent, yes,
with a
indeed.
5.6
Excellent work.
difficulty, one of the highest difficulty scores.
For Dimitar, Volt 2,
shoe belt.
14.566.
Scores 14.1.
9.366 execution. Very good.
14.016, so he's well up from qualification.
We have down here
by
from
about a third of a mark.
Uzbekistan. Kailangan magtaas ng difficulty si Dimitar.
The real difference was the ground he made up on that more difficult second vault. Now, on the subject of gymnasts with a difficult
Abdulaziz
second vault,
Miraliv.
see what we think we're going to from Abdulaziz Mirvali.
She's doing a very difficult vault, but the execution, she needs to have a... She needs to maintain.
Number 1 for the 6th best qualifier.
Ay,
It
sayang.
does take quite a big adjustment with his
Yeah.
1.5
Maybe that's 0.5 deductions or 0.3.
May find that he's a little down from the 14 that he scored in qualifying.
Maybe na-overpower lang. Ayun, no? Ayan ko. Diyos ko.
Quite a big
Yeah.
leap forwards, really.
Maybe 0.3 to 0.5 deductions para doon. Silver medalist during the Asian Championship
On floor and on vault at
2024.
the Osijek World Cup earlier this year.
I observed from him that he's really trying so hard to
Now he's
be in the
indicating, as we
podium.
expect for his second vault,
I believe he can improve more if he can have a train to
handspring double
Japan
front
or
pike.
maybe in China.
He can do it. I can't even say it. The Blahnik vault.
I hope he can do better in the Blahnik boat. Good job, 9.133
13.933. So
execution.
as I suspected, just a shade down from qualifying. Where
Wow.
he scored 14. That
It's still
landing
good.
adjustment significant.
0.3
Now,
deductions
this
ngayon.
is another chance for him to really pick up from qualification. This can be a stunner of a vault.
Good job.
Well, it really is exciting to watch that planet.
He had a good rotation in the air. Very straight line. Kaya lang here kasi
It's
wala silang
23.
they don't have a slow motion part. They don't play any replay here in the CAIRO. They don't have the technology yet. But they have a good production. It's just the AI
It will be no
to have
surprise
that
if she goes into the lead with that sort of display.
CAIRO
What
doesn't
will
have.
the margin be? Quite a good one. 13.
So
7.733
7.733 execution. Sayang, baba.
Execution is actually up from qualification. Difficulty remains the same. All of that a gain of just over a tenth.
But it's still low
That's not
execution.
qualifier.
7.733. From the North Koreans.
We look now
Jin
at
A-chon.
Chon Jin-ah from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Oops.
Didn't look fully comfortable with that mount there and did well actually just to find a bit of stability, albeit at a cost of some execution tenths. Starting to grow into the routine now.
Oops. That's amazing. Well done.
Very good recovery.
Indeed. It's a good job. Woo!
Just leaning backwards a little as she came out
Muntik
of the
na.
free walkover. Did well to correct it.
That's it.
Running a little tight for time.
Yo, ay sayang.
There's a lot to enjoy about that from Chon Jin-ah.
There's a good
Moments where the
executions,
execution
yung
was
dismount lang,
lacking,
sayang.
But moments where it was very poised. Very new to international.
So the
competition.
Mirvaliv.
Now that's a big change. 14.3 for vault number 2 for Mirvaliev for a 14.116
Yes.
average. He is now
Now we have
in
here
the lead.
from
He's up by about
Switzerland.
4/10 from qualifying.
Luca Morabito.
from Switzerland. Twice a World Challenge Cup medalist. More recently than that, because they were both in 2023, he won the silver medal on vault at the DTB.
Switzerland is part of the women's team finals in
He's got a
the
difficult first vault.
Olympics. Ay,
And,
good
he was
job.
Really working hard to get round that
Indeed.
double twisting Kasamatsu.
Beautiful. He did well.
You know, he's really been through it recently, Luca Morabito. He, in that brilliant performance at the DTB Pokal in Germany, he stepped in twice for an unwell teammate. Once the night before departure, he was added to the squad, and then he found himself into the vault final for
Nice
similar
one.
reasons. Remarkable that this young man actually came out and delivered a medal-winning performance.
Medyo ano lang siya, may deductions doon. There was a leg separation in his vault 1.
They always do, don't they, the reserves? They're always ready.
I hope he can correct that leg separations in the air in his vault 1. Diba, chuchu boy? I hope you are enjoying this live. You can comment down below, share a part of what you are coming.
13.966.
Wow, it's a good execution, 8.866.
It is an improvement from qualification.
5.2 difficulty.
Did have a penalty tenth in the preliminary round. Vault number 2 should be a
Vault
slightly
number
lower
2.
difficulty vault.
Whoa.
Oh, very nice. Got good amplitude on
Awesome
the shoe
job.
flip. 2.5 twisting Yurchenko. Contented nod of the head there.
Nasser
from
Cherponi
Morabito.
now. We'll be doing the next in line for his vault.
Now the next gymnast to come on vault is the gymnast with the highest difficulty so far.
Tapos
We've
na ba?
got 2 who we expect to be
There should be a
posting
balance beam.
a pair of 5.2 difficulty vaults.
Oh, balance beam's not yet ready. Medyo mahina na yung pacing nila. Hopefully you can
And the next
forgive.
gymnast to come on beam, we think may well have the highest difficulty there too.
Yeah, May. Just they don't have that technology to do the slow motions. The North Korean waiting for her score.
We are going to see Chon Jin-ah competing in the floor final as well. So huge congratulations to her. 3 finals made.
Wow, it's a good
Great work.
great work from our North Korean gymnast. Good execution
14.983
score.
is the average. That's third place.
9.2.
For 14 exactly for vault number 2. Just a
Good job.
slight drop in execution. That's all for his shoe felt.
Don't score in North Koreans.
Waiting to compete is Jo Kyung-byul,
Chon
teammate of
Jin-ah.
Chon Jin-ah. They were both part of the squad that won silver.
Waiting for the
at
score.
Asian
Thank you for the
Championships in
like.
Tashkent last year.
Antok ako. I feel a bit sleepy. I want to watch this one. Ba't ang tagal ng score? It's taking time. They're scoring.
11.6 was the.
Look at her reaction. Very anxious.
11.7.
6.3 executions.
So she's improved
Very low.
on her display here with a slight increase of both difficulty and execution.
Balance means very hard to have a good execution. Kyun
Byul of the
Byul-ju.
Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Excellent performance on vault yesterday to win the silver medal. And we think this could be the highest difficulty score. 5.7 in the preliminary round. Very good.
Wow.
Front tuck.
Amazing job. Look at the grace. Very graceful.
Goodness.
Nice. Awesome
Well,
job.
based on what we're seeing here, this is a contending performance because the execution is going to be a lot sharper than the preliminary stage.
Very sharp work. And with passion. It's like she is dancing in the parallel bar. Very graceful. I love it. Whoa.
You just wonder if the
Great
performance
connections
she
of the
gave on vault
difficulties.
yesterday has done wonders for the confidence. That was, after all, yesterday her first World Cup final appearance. Now she looks
Nice
like she's
one.
been doing this for years and years.
She's good here. A great challenger for Kellyanne Moore.
That is a
Oh,
cracking
awesome job.
performance from Jo
Incredible.
Kyung-yeol of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. It's going to be so interesting to look at the execution there compared to qualification. The 18-year-old from the capital city of Pyongyang.
Nice. And we have here Nasser Cherpony of Ukraine.
No doubt that he
Bogey
has
Nasser.
the difficulty and the clarity with it to move into the gold medal position. Both of his vaults scored exactly the same in qualifying, 14.466. He will, we imagine, begin with the Dragulescu.
Oh, Nasser will do the Dragulescu.
Board.
One of the greatest vaulter too. Veteran. Ah,
Indeed
sayang.
so.
Three
A bit
steps
of
at
a
the
jarred
back.
landing.
Ah, yeah.
Some tents clearly to come off at the conclusion of that vault. From the gymnast who won the bronze medal at the last World Championships and earlier in the year won the World Universities title. He lands very upright. That's one of the striking things about his Dragulescu.
Very upright. And now they have that the slow motion now.
But it was a landing that lacked a touch of control. Although he was sixth at the Olympic Games, Nazar Cherpony,
Oh, 6 in the vault during
really
Olympics.
close to being on the podium in terms of the raw numbers.
Yes. I believe he can be on the podium soon.
14.1, no surprise.
14.1. It will be a great contentious for the Olympics in the coming years. 8.9 executions. Good one.
Now.
With the 5.2 difficulty.
As things stand, he's in line actually to finish slightly below Abdulaziz Mirvaliev, who's leading the way. But let's see what he can change with this second vault.
Second vault. Nice one.
Well, he's stepped out of bounds. Again, the landing
still good.
Not hugely sure in its control, but goodness, the amplitude.
I think Nasser is not in... maybe because of the injuries that he's having or pain. The knees. 1, 2, 2.5 twisting. Sokahara, 2.5 twisting.
Now, does the door open for others, especially for Mr. Davtyan, who is going to be the penultimate gymnast?
Waiting for this 14.166. Wow, he's on lead.
14.233 for the second vault. 14.166 overall. That is
so Nasser Cherpony is on lead now.
About 500s ahead.
But we still have Tommaso Borgami and Arthur Davtyan. 7.4 executions for balance beam is a good score.
1.1 better. That's just tremendous to see.
Now the warm-up for the second set of gymnasts are here.
The moment that she really started.
Tommaso!
Never looked as though there was
I'm so happy to see Tommaso now on a good screen, clear screen.
When you consider that Jo Kyung-yeol got a 6.
Tommaso is one of the... He's a good floor specialist too. Tommaso Borgami of Italy. Or Tommaso Borgami. Ever. Maybe just correct me if I'm wrong
Just
of
have a look at
the
the lineup of the
pronunciation.
second half of this beam final, and that's where we've got the second and fourth.
This lady has a good...
Rose Wu and Zala Trutnik.
There's Arthur Davian having the
The second
Tommaso
after men's vault final,
Brognami.
and
It's
the dominant
either
name there
Soledino,
after
Leo
Dacian
is also a good
in terms of
vaulter.
his qualification
Penny
position, and in
Eddy
terms of the season that he's
is
having, the
World Cup
successes that
and
he's
World
enjoyed on vault,
Challenge Cup.
the overall World Cup winner
Pogi ni
over the last
Tommaso
3 seasons,
Brognami
and the World
becomes
Cup
more
winners will
handsome.
be
No
confirmed
wonder he is very famous in his
once all
country.
is done and dusted.
Just coming from junior season, now he's senior, 18 years. See, he's batchmate with Hamlet Manukian.
Then we move on to World Challenge Cup season, so don't get too despondent because there's still a lot of artistic gymnastics in the regular season to come. World Challenge Cups begin in the early part of May with Varna in Bulgaria. Then we go to Koper in Slovenia just about a week after that. Tashkent
Tommaso
in June,
Brognami of
and
Italy.
Paris and Szombathely
I hope to
in
see him too
September.
in the floor
And then
finals because he's a good
World
floor
Championships
specialist
being
also.
held for the first time in Southeast Asia, taking place in Jakarta. And
Oh,
around all of those World Challenge Cups as well, the vital Continental Championships will be happening. So, no shortage of artistic gymnastics to enjoy.
yes.
Great to have your company for this one, the last air finals
We
in
need,
Cairo.
but it's just the Asian Gymnastics Championship. They don't have live for Asian Championship. Last Asian Championship, they do not have the live in Uzbekistan. No live stream. Leo Salidino.
Final warm-up taking place on vault. We're looking at Leo Saladino.
Of France.
Back to beam.
We have here Rose Wu
What a privilege to have an Olympian
of
in
Canada.
Rio here in Rose Wu of Canada.
Wow,
Second
an
best in
Olympian.
qualification.
Second best in
The
qualification.
25-year-old looked really assured during the preliminary stage. Very good Canadian squad that's come
Nice
to
one.
this
Ooh,
event.
very graceful. Whoa, that's great job. Just I can feel the nerve. I can feel her nerve. Nice. Oh, great save.
Unfortunately, had a delayed loss of stability coming out of the side aerial.
It's really hard to have a 9.0 execution score above in the balance beam.
Difficult half turnaround of the body. Not easy to then find the line of the beam after doing so. Comes out
Good
of the
job.
side somersault well.
Lines are very precise. Oh, I love her executions here. Very graceful. Nice
Very good
one.
dismount. She
Very
had
good.
So much time in the air, twisting
Very
the body
beautiful
round.
and very precise.
Rose Wu from Canada.
Now we will have now
We go to the
Penev
men's vault final in the second half.
from Bulgaria. Eddie
Bulgaria's
Penev
Eddie Penev,
and Eddie Penev.
fifth best in qualification.
Let's go. Yuchenko, 2.5 twisting. Nice one. Stick to the floor.
He's really had
Plus
such
0.1
an
points.
impressive competition, Eddie Penev. He looked fantastic on floor.
Indeed, very fantastic.
Stepped forward after a difficult start in the floor final and really showed everyone how it was done.
Ooh.
Now, some of the form in
That's
places
amazing.
perhaps lacked a bit of cleanliness.
One in Yuchenko, the 1.5
Had a
twisting.
slight bend of the knees in flight, but his landing was assured.
Yes. Eddie Penev, you should use the honey instead of your
Scored a
saliva.
13.166
That's very
in
unhygienic.
qualification. 13.5 for the second vault. Yes, very well done. 14.2.
Wow, 9.266 executions. Vault 2 now.
For difficulty.
Wow.
Well, Eddie Penev
Sukahara
with a strong
is a great
performance.
one. Very strong performance of
34-year-old
Eddie.
from Bulgaria. So dependable in World Cup competition.
Now we will have the balance beam. So it's a replay of Eddie Penev's Vault
It is
2.
absolutely remarkable when you think about the
Yeah, may kaunting
amount of
bending lang.
injury that Eddie Penev has endured in his career. The comebacks that he's had to fight his body through and probably his mind through as well. He's an incredible example
He did well.
of tenacity.
So he got 9.066 executions.
4.4 difficulty.
Yeah, difficulty 4.4.
13.866 overall. That has him in 5th position.
5th position. Yes, 5th position due to the low level of
He's one of those
difficulties.
people who's just been
But if he can improve his
positive throughout his
difficulties,
career,
really.
despite those injury issues.
Waiting for the
Remarkable.
Canadian score. Beautiful Canadian. I love her makeup here.
Rose Wu has a slight
7.633
drop from qualification.
executions.
And it's come in the loss of 0.2 of difficulty.
Oh,
for
loss of 2 points.
12.533, so she's in 4th place.
Less, deduction of 0.2 difficulties. Grabe.
Zala Tretnik from Slovenia.
Salatreknik. Oh, great to see a
4th best
Slovenian here.
with 12.3 in qualifying.
Nice mounting. Ay, my God!
Unfortunately,
1 whole point
not
deduction.
there on the left
Sayang.
turns. Not the first time that she's made a balance beam final in Cairo. She was 5th a couple of years ago.
You know, if you are not that very exposed in the senior level competitions, you will have a difficulty in competing
She
there
has a
because of your
strong
mental
amount of
status,
experience
something like
competing
that.
in North Africa. She was an uneven bars finalist at the Mediterranean Games in Oran, Algeria. 3
But
years
if you are
ago.
used to compete in the senior level internationally, it will be just easy for you.
And she's done a very fine job of redeeming the stability.
To balance your emotions. Because emotions can affect your performance. But here, she's getting well after that fall. Good job.
Very good, coming out of quite a low
Indeed,
landing
very good.
position. Stabilised the body, brought it upright with minimal adjustment.
Yeah, so minimal adjustment lang.
12th time in World Cup competition for
Now,
Zara
Tommaso Borgami of Italy.
and a new face to the World Cups this season. Tommaso Brugnami of Italy.
Okay, Tommaso
reigning
Brognami.
junior
That's how you
champion of the
pronounce it.
world.
Tommaso Brognami.
He's also won a whole host of junior European Championship honours. Did that at home in Rimini last year.
Ay, sayang.
Well, the very encouraging sign there is how much time
Good job,
in the air he
Tommaso.
has, because at the moment he's producing routinely 2 4.8 difficulty vaults.
0.3 deduction stance
Naturally,
executions, yung stepping
18-year-old
forward.
will be the ambition to get those into the fives. So it's interesting to scrutinise how much
Yuchenko.
amplitude he's got.
Perhaps he can just have to control more his amplitude in the landing to reduce deductions. Now for the vault 2.
Very focused, as I'm sure you can imagine, on Los Angeles 2028, this young man.
Yeah, I believe he will be part of it. Wow, 9.2 executions.
Shufelt.
Great executions.
A fraction
It must
from
be
qualifying.
9.5
9.66 in the preliminary
if
stage.
no stepping forward. Perhaps he
This
can
was
manage
his
that soon.
Better executed vault. Well,
Wow.
that's very tidy, isn't it?
Very
Nice
tidy.
work indeed from Tommaso Brugnami.
Yes, nice work from Tommaso. I love this vaulter. We are just very excited of his LA 2028.
Intriguing to see whether he can
So we will be
just
watching
push into
him.
that top 3. The scores at the moment.
We'll be following him,
14.016, that's
his
Kuznetsov.
journey. Same with Hamlet Manukyan.
14.116 Mirvaliev and 14.166 Cheperny. 11.1.
Yeah, 6.5 execution. May mga na-drop kasi siya eh. That's why she got 6.5 execution eh.
Preliminary round.
Slovenian gymnast. Now the next one to do the balls beam from Slovenia
Nice,
still.
we're getting to see so much
Vita.
of Vita Prijanovic in
Fijan-
World Cup finals
Yeah,
lately.
Fijanovic.
Made 2 finals in Doha. Now she's here in the beam competition in Cairo as the 4th, the 6th best, I should say, in qualification.
Nice one.
She's a gymnast who, at just 16, seems to get more assured every time we watch her, and that will naturally happen the more she gets used to these big televised finals.
Good job. Although they're not that much tidy, you can improve with that. But such a
Beam is
grace.
one of the apparatus
I love her grace
upon
here.
which she has competed most at international level.
Composure and the lines are beautiful. Oops. It's a good save. Although there may be some deductions for that. Awesome job.
Very nice side summy.
Awesome. Very simple dismount.
Big accomplishment that for Vita Prijanovic, a 3rd World Cup final of the season. The
Awesome one.
youngest gymnast in the competition.
So Tommaso in the
Now,
5th
Brugnami,
place, execution
13.983,
9.166.
so he has just missed out on
Yeah.
a place on the
Because
podium.
of the difficulties are a little bit low. 4.8. Difficulties in both 2.
That,
No problem.
second vault, the 1.5
There will be
15%
another
to
competitions and still a good
13.966.
placement. Now have here
This
Arthur
is where we find
Davtian.
ourselves then, with Cheperny leading on 14.166 and Arthur Davtian about to perform with a 14.566 average.
Oh, there must be Leo Saledoni. Yak talaga eh. Arthur Davtian now of Armenia.
Arthur Davtian. His teammates won 2 gold medals yesterday.
Wow, yeah. In the rings and pommel horse.
And pommel horse titles going their way.
Hamlet Manukyan. Our new favorite here in the world of gymnastics.
This gentleman's pathway to Los Angeles
We are
has
used
already begun.
We are used with Arthur Davtian being in the podium, and that is very expected.
Silver in Paris, there's no doubt whatsoever as to what his goal is.
Arthur Davtian now.
Arthur Davtian, top qualifier, winner of the title in Cottbus and Antalya and Doha. He was third in Ossia, uncharacteristically winning the bronze medal.
Yeah, in
The
Ossia.
man who has made the overall World Cup
Just
title his own over the
now.
last few years. Here we go, opening vault.
Dragulescu.
Super Dragulescu.
Yes, very tidy. Great lines. Very excellent, Dragulescu. Perhaps Tommaso will...
Nodding his head.
Tommaso can learn from him.
He must find it such a privilege to be in the same final as this gentleman. It's graceful. That's the lovely thing about how he
very
lands
graceful.
The just floats down to earth after all of that complexity in the tuck position.
The vaulters can learn from Arthur Davtian. How is he doing it?
14.
Arthur Davtian now 14.7. Yeah, 9.5 executions.
By almost 2/10. He really has got margin for error now.
Good job,
that ought to do it then.
Arthur Davtian.
How often
Very
have we seen this
graceful.
from him in finals? I mean, there can be
Excellent
no
job from Arthur.
point in creating false suspense. That was
That's
just
Arthur.
lovely for Arthur Davtian, and it will be
That's
a
very
leading
Arthur.
score.
But there is a
difficult
very
for
small hope
the next gymnast on account
in
of what we
which
expect to be
it's
their
not
difficulty to
his
go beyond it.
character. Most of the time he is landing it in a stick
So that tried and tested
landing.
combination of the Dragulescu and the Yo 2 for Arthur Davtian.
Yeah. Maayos din yan ni Arthur Davtian. He's more with the stick to the floor during his landing. So I don't know what happened. Very small hope, although it's still good.
12.166, well done,
for
Vita
Vita.
Pejanovic. That's an improvement of over 2/10 from qualification. She's
Yes, it was
lost
very
a little
nice.
execution as expected, but what she has done is
Yeah,
pick
he
up
does a lot
3
of
extra
scores in
tenths of difficulty.
executions. Tissue.
Well, the score has just appeared in the arena. It's 14.7.
14.7, amazing.
Made overwhelmingly the largest
Great
amount of noise. Well,
job
they
for
should be making noise
Arthur.
because they've had a
14.7.
fabulous weekend in Cairo. I say weekend, it's Sunday and Monday here.
Ina-allergy si Arthur
Something unusual
Dabtian.
for World Cup competition.
Awesome to see Arthur
That's
Dabtian
excellent.
here,
Dabtian leading.
as expected.
Two masterful bits of vaulting. Now,
From
to
Turkey.
the beam competition, and
Oh,
how
sayang.
wonderful to have the reigning champion of Africa in this final, Selina Bousmayo of Morocco.
Oh, okay. Of Morocco. From Morocco.
She
Medyo
was
hindi nang
actually
maganda ang
bronze medalist
kanyang
at the German
mounting.
national championships on this apparatus a couple of years ago.
Yan,
All
oh.
good save.
A good save.
Started representing Morocco in February of last year.
Good
Very well
job.
done on the wolf turns. The gymnast who was born in
Medyo
Düsseldorf.
kinakabahan siya. Hindi precise sa mga hawak niya, ang mga lines. Nice one.
Germany is getting very ready for a big sporting summer.
So she is having a training in Germany.
Championships and the World University Games as well.
Yeah, World University Games is upcoming. We're excited for that.
Nicely done.
Whoa.
Well, she's come in as
Amazing
the first
one.
reserve, Selina Bousmayo. It's been wonderful to get to see her in these World Cup finals here in Cairo.
Very great to see her.
The Moroccan gymnast.
Leo Saludoni now,
What a moment it
amazing.
must have been to win that
What a
beam
great
type
gymnast
in
too.
Marrakesh of all places.
Amazing skin.
Leo Saladino of France, the last gentleman to perform in the vaulting competition.
He doesn't have a reputation in the podium finish in the world level, but maybe. Let's see. Oh, three
That's
steps,
interesting.
but still good. But how
Saladino,
he did it in the air?
22-year-old, who was the 8th best in qualifying.
8th best in qualifying. Okay.
Really
It's still
does well
good.
to get the body rotated around.
Yeah. No leg bending.
Does
It's
have a
just
side
the
step out
side
of
two
bounds.
side steps. Maybe 0.5 deductions for that
We'll
because
just see what the
or 0.3
score
maybe.
is for this one.
That's deductions for the executions. If you did not perfect your, if you have an extra steps, so the execution they will be deducted. But he is a world finalist always.
A score of
Have seen him in the
14
World
for that
Championship
opening
finals
vault.
most of the time.
There we go, 14 for Saladino. The reason why it's interesting is that he had a 5.2 and a 4.8 degree of difficulty in qualification. And this second vault is where he had the issues.
Yun ulit.
Unfortunately, it's the same again.
The same.
Oh, that's a shame. I was about to say he's potentially put himself really
Mabigat ang
into
katawan niya dito.
contention for a place on the podium.
Yeah, eh.
But he had a 13.233 for his
Sayang.
Roche in the preliminary round. And it will be a similar sort of number here. Really good effort from Selina Bousmayo.
Great job.
Sixth position for her.
I'm proud of her, Salina Busman.
Execution
Busmayo.
is by about
I hope she
three-quarters of the
can
mark from
reduce her
qualification.
deductions there. I hope she will be
And that's
precise
always
more.
a really good outcome when a gymnast comes in as the first reserve and delivers that degree of improvement from the preliminary stage.
Yeah. May mga hindi din siya precise sa kanyang movement and executions where to handle in the lines. She can improve it.
And it is another African champion here in Cairo.
Slidino, in her, his vault 2. Rochi dapat eh. Kaya lang, maybe under rotation. So, 8.066 executions.
66, it's actually quite a bit lower
Penalty
than
0.1.
the qualification phase. So for
That's penalty in the
Soldino,
difficulty.
he's down in 8th place with 13.383. And another Armenian gold medal.
Yes.
Classified results.
We're proud of him. Arthur Davdian. 14.7, so plus 4. That is 15.1 if in the last, if you're going to compete this in the previous code of points, 15.1 for Arthur Davdian. Kayla Nimore now.
12.666.
Wow, the straight one. Ooh.
Same position as she secured in qualifying. But there is the big mover from the preliminary round. The 7th best in qualifying, Jo Kyung-byul.
Yeah, Jo
has picked up
Kyung-byul.
another silver medal this weekend.
Wow. I love
That was a marvellous display on the beam.
balance beam. Kayla Nimore, the
And
beautiful
champion
Kayla.
again, having won the uneven bars
7.733.
Nimore of Algeria is the balance beam gold medalist to be.
Very beautiful and graceful. Wow! Congratulations, Uzbekistan. Finishes on the bronze medal position.
Finalist, one of the top 3 qualifiers.
Abdulaziz Vermaliyev. 14.116.
of Uzbekistan is the bronze medalist.
Well, I hope to see him in the World Championship finals in the vault.
Very well as the 6th best in qualifying. Once he hit that second vault, then that was where
Nasser is a little bit tired. Great job, Nasser. 14.166.
Qualifying. About to get another World Cup medal.
He's an awesome vaulter and awesome gymnast. Very young Nasser.
That will be his 7th.
Arthur Davdian.
The World Cup title, his again. Arthur Davdian, 14.7 for
the World Cup title. He will be receiving also the World Cup title. All right. And we will be waiting now for the
classified results in the beam competition. The bronze medal to Valentina Georgieva.
So this is the classified results of the WAG and for the balance beam. 13.33 for Kayla Nimore, 13.0 Jo Kyung-byul, 13.0. Then from Bulgaria, Georgieva Valentina, 12.66. Amazing. And for the mag, Volt, waiting for the scores. That's Arthur Davdian, 14.7. Ukraine, Nasser Cherpony for the men's vault finals, 14.166. Eme Vadim, Uzbekistan, 14.116. Yeah, kaunti lang, oh. Kaunting-kaunti lang ang diferensya. Tomaso, he can improve, 13.983. Perhaps Tomaso can increase his difficulty for him to be on the top 3. Tomaso has a great execution, but the difficulty is a little bit not that high in comparison to the top 3.
Let's have a look back at what we've seen so far.
But
more action to come very shortly.
But it's very understandable for Tomaso because he is just new in the competitions for senior. Well, he could do better next time. Let's watch it. Pahinga muna aking boses. Test applaudissements, believe. Oh, we are now going to have the
lovely sight of the
ceremony,
main
medal
stage of the Cairo
ceremony.
International Stadium, and now it's time to bring you two victory ceremonies. The victory ceremony for the women's balance beam competition at the Cairo World Cup of 2025.
We now have here the medal ceremony for the balance beam.
The bronze medal won by Valentina Georgieva of Bulgaria.
Congratulations, Bulgarian team.
On a vault medal yesterday.
Perhaps she can reduce the deductions. She will try to reduce the deductions para goods ang score next time. Congratulations to the North Koreans.
It has been an extraordinarily successful competition for this teenager from Pyongyang. New to World Cup competition, now very experienced very quickly at getting onto the podium.
Nice one.
Silver medalist. A huge roar for Kailianimor of Algeria, the champion.
Congratulations, Algeria, Kailianimor.
In a row as well after she took top spot in the uneven bars final yesterday. We will now hear the national anthem of Algeria.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Algeria. Dito. Sa dito. Dito. Thank you very much for watching. This is CAIRO Gymnastics.
For the second time this competition, Kaylina Moore, the gold medalist.
Big congratulations to
There they are,
Kaylina Moore of
the women's
Algeria.
balance beam competition at the CAIRO World Cup of 2025.
Indeed, she's very fine. She's very good too. We're happy to see her. Now we will be having the men's vault finals. Our gymnasts in the vault finals.
Vault competition at the CAIRO World Cup of Artistic Gymnastics.
Yon, congratulations, Uzbekistan.
Of Uzbekistan. Brilliant accomplishment as the 6th best in qualification.
Indeed, very big congratulations, Abdulaziz. Big congratulations, Ukraine.
Shapurny winning the silver medal. Eight times now on a World Cup podium this season.
Wow, 8 times.
Finishing 3rd in the floor competition yesterday.
And floor 3rd, wow.
And the champion.
Big congrats,
again,
Arthur Davtyan.
one of the great enduring love affairs, Arthur Davtyan and vaulting World Cup titles.
Carlos Yulo is stopped. He stopped in the competing.
And if he keeps vaulting like that, he's going to keep winning lots and lots and lots as
Indeed.
the season goes on and we build towards Los Angeles 2028. It's a long way away, but he is looking in excellent form.
Very excellent form. And the good thing about Arthur Davtyan is that he is consistent. Congratulations to Uzbekistan, first time of Abdulaziz in the world stage to have a medal. Uzbekistan must be very proud of him.
And we will now now have the national anthem
For
of
the-
Armenia for the third time at the CAIRO World
Wow,
Cup.
3 gold medals of Armenia. Great job. Congratulations, Arthur Davtian. Mervalib, Abdulaziz Mervalib, and Nasser
The
Terponi.
medalists in the men's vault competition here in the CAIRO International Stadium.
Congratulations to the 3 of you. All right. And we will be waiting for the...
Let's remind ourselves once more of how we got there
As
before
this
we
is
move on to the next pair of Apparatus
the highlights of
finals.
the Kalyani Moore Golden winning performance in the balance beam. Very amazing. I don't love the black leotards for Kalia and for Gymnasts because it's hard to watch their movements. I prefer the red or maybe white or light colors or yellow or green like Rebecca and Raj is wearing, because it will be easy for the judges to watch their movements. That's a good one for the Blanik. This Korean ladies, that's a good save. But she produces a very good, this one, like, very amazing executions. Whoa. From Switzerland, although he did not finish, he was unable to finish in the podium due to low difficulty in comparison to the top 3 vaulters. The difficulties of the top 3 vaulters are 5.2, the lowest that they had. They doesn't have a 4.5.0 below difficulties. So in vault now, if you have a difficulties of 5.0 above, you are secured in the top, in the podium, most likely. What a lovely display from Nasser. We will have
We look out
the
over the
parallel bar.
magnificent international stadium in Cairo, and we bring you the next couple of finals, the men's parallel bars and women's floor competitions. Hope you're looking forward to them. Thanks for your company here on this Monday in the north of Africa. Lovely warm day, not too hot. Very pleasant conditions. The women's floor final, and we'll start with Ildora Aripova of Uzbekistan. She was the 5th best in qualification.
Nice one.
Chon Jin-ah of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, 2nd best in the qualification process, and already now she has competed in
Kaya
two
Namor in the
finals
women's
in
finals.
Kalia Namor going for 3 gold medals. She was the 3rd best in the preliminary stage, but really only a fraction behind the leader. Tegan Shaverov
From Canada.
the 8th best in qualification with a score of 11.7.
I believe Kaya Namor will be the next all-around champion.
She performed in the vault competition yesterday.
Or maybe all-around finisher podium in the Olympics soon.
of Slovenia, 7th best in qualifying, the score 11.766.
From Egypt.
Now to the top performer in qualification.
Oh, top performer.
Egypt's Jana Mahmoud.
I hope she will just be relaxed.
Reigning African champion on floor and in all-around competition. Rose Wu of Canada, 4th best in qualification. A gymnast who's been a Pacific Rim Championships
Nice
medalist
placement.
on floor. That was over a decade ago. She has such longevity. And we'll finish with Selina Bousmayo of Morocco. Bronze medalist on floor at the African Championships at home in Marrakesh last year.
So these are the coaches of the gymnast. Ladies and gentlemen, the finalists for the Women's Floor Finals, CAIRO World Cup 2025. We now present to you the men's parallel bar finalists. Nazar Cherpony, Ukraine.
Nazar Cherpony of Ukraine, 2nd best in qualification.
Wow,
He
2nd
won
best.
the parallel bars title in Doha at the most recent World Cup before this one.
Really? Gold in Doha parallel bar, huh?
There's the top qualifier.
Yes.
Beat after the preliminary stage. Noah Seifert
Noah
of
Seifert.
Switzerland.
She's good in a parallel bar too. Just an
He
average.
has been a European Championship medalist on this apparatus.
And Niels
Niels
Dunkel.
Dunkel of Germany, 5th best in qualification. 2-time
I miss
Olympian.
Neil. It's great to see him again. Great. I would like to commend the Egyptian Gymnastics Association. This is a very great stage.
Rasul John Abdulrahimov. He finished 3rd in Tashkent last year.
From Egypt.
And now Omar Mohammed, the
Yes, Omar
11th-time
Mohammed.
champion of Africa, and the gymnast who finally, after so much effort, made it
11th
onto
time.
a World Cup podium yesterday. He took
Ladies
bronze in the
Donny.
still rings. Leo Saladino of France.
Leo Latino of France. Great to see him. Wow, si Afifi. Muhammad Afifi.
Now we have the reigning
Okay na.
champion of Africa on the parallel bars, Mohamed Afifi. He was the 3rd best in qualification. So there's double home interest here. And we
From
have
Morocco.
another of the medalists from those
Nice.
championships in Marrakesh, Hamza Hosseini, who at home was so successful at the African Championships last year. Not only did he
Great to
win
see
bronze
him
on the
here.
parallel bars,
And the
he
judge,
also
coaches
won
of the gymnasts.
same colours on vault, rings and floor, and he was a team silver medalist.
This Omar. Great to see Omar here. I've seen them in the World Championship doing the finals for the team. It's great to see Afifi here also. Junior world champion finishers
period of contact
before.
with the apparatus for all of these
The gymnasts now are having their warm up and preparing the parallel bar.
It's a huge moment for African gymnastics because it's the first time that
So just to let you know, we are going to turn off the music for women's floor.
These are the finalists in the
because
floor
that
competition,
is
and the first
they will be using a highly
to the competition floor. And we're going to be seeing
highly copyrighted music.
In qualification. And
we have 6 viewers here. Hello, viewers from the YouTube. 6 viewers from the YouTube. Subscribe,
really
like, and share.
So much to the look of the arena.
Nasser Pony of Ukraine for the MAG first rotation.
We're going to have
Noe Seifert of Switzerland, Willis Dunkel of Germany, and Abdurrahmanov Rosolyon.
But in the more immediate
sense,
a great parallel bars history for Nazar Chipurny because he won the last World Cup title.
Wow. I am very excited to the music that the North Koreans will be using. We will be playing the North Koreans' music. Because for sure they will be using their traditional music. Kalyanimor also of Algeria maybe will be using a music from their country.
For a few seasons now, the split warm-up system has been in operation. It's been a very good thing for these apparatus World Cups. It gives the gymnasts that much-needed time just to reacquaint themselves with the apparatus, because otherwise they could be facing quite a gap between their pre-competition warm-up and the start of the final itself. And that especially important when you've got a full podium in operation. There is a difference in the behaviour of the apparatus. But it's not just that, it is actually
the challenge for the gymnasts that when you move from one country to another country, even you're practicing well to your gym, of course when you go to the other competitions, you will be handling a different apparatus, different brand of apparatus that may affect your performance.
And even those who aren't new to international competition talk about it. It's just human behaviour.
Yeah, so we now have here from Uzbekistan.
As the great Oksana Chusevitna watches on. A young but very experienced gymnast from her squad is about to compete.
Yeah, from an Uzbek gymnast. I've been seeing this lady competing in the World Cup too since last year in 2023 and 2024.
We begin the women's floor final.
Dildora Aripova.
Uzbekistan, the 5th best in qualification.
I think this is an Uzbek music. Wow, lovely. Very low energy only. I would love to see her more with the energetic dance. She's focusing more on the acrobatics than to the dance. This is good. Come on, energy. Yeah, that's great energy now. That's what we are looking for. Double pike and a good landing. Nice flip. And again, the split and great routines here. She's in a good energy now. Woo! Great job! Although this from the start of the dance, she's a little bit lacking of energy, but and then after that, she had a good energy in after. Awesome job for
She's
Uzbek.
been an Islamic Solidarity Games champion. She's been on the podium at the Asian Championships. She's been a champion more regionally at the South Central Asian Championships. So a lot of experience, and I'm sure many of you remember back in Bulgaria in 2021, she made her senior international debut and won the floor title.
Now we got here Nasser Cherpony of Ukraine. Ilya Hovton is not anymore competing for Ukraine. He will be competing for, I believe, Bulgaria or Croatia. I think Ilya Hovton is in Croatia now. We will be seeing him competing next year.
We'll start with the second best in qualification, Ukraine's Nazar Cherpony. 14.066.
I'm wondering how Nazar Cherpony are surviving these competitions, training in Ukraine, even though they have problem in Ukraine.
Good straightness of the body, working on the single rail.
Yeah, good single rail work. Nice one. Ay, sayang!
That was unfortunate and
natamaan yung feet.
Really
oh my God, ang sakit.
Felt unpleasant as he plonked his
my
foot
God.
hard on the rail.
Sakit.
Oh dear. Hope that he's okay.
No, he cannot continue anymore. He won't be able to continue.
Stop there and await medical attention.
Nakatama eh. It's very unfortunate. He will not continue. Will he continue or no?
In a moment, as Teodora Aripova waits for her score, having picked up 12.666 in qualification.
She can continue.
Now back to Nazar Cherpony. Medical assessment has taken place.
Good job. Although the podium is not anymore secured or not anymore guaranteed.
Into the Bazar.
But it's still great job for Nasser. He has a great line here, although not that clean handstand.
No, not quite right.
Di na talaga, not quite right na. He will not continue.
Making the wise decision there, Nazar Cherpony, to go no further with that performance. If in doubt, don't risk it on that dismount.
Kailangan lang ng yellow lang kailangan dyan.
Into alignment from the position sideways on to the apparatus. He seemed to really hit his foot and ankle hard.
12.733 for Teodora Aripova. We pray for the fast recovery of Nazar Cherpony. Hope makarecover siya agad because
almost a 10.
It's almost the bread and butter of Nazar Cherpony in the gymnastics. And we love to see Nazar Cherpony competing.
Jina of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, second best in qualifying with 12.9.
Now, here I am excited to the music of North Korean.
Difficult routine, this.
Sabi ko na eh. This is a North Korean's music. Very North Korean music, this one. I love this music. Wow. I love also her energy. Yes, that's it. Double pike. Wow, it's a good landing.
What a great
Wow.
performance
Great
from
performance.
Jeonjina of the Democratic People's
Jeonjina,
Republic of Korea.
we will following her.
There's some very
Jeonjina.
complicated tumbling going on in
I
this
love her
routine,
grace,
and she
Jeonjina.
executes it with
I love
power.
how it was done by her. Well execution and a very good
5.4 was the
lines.
difficulty score in the
5.4.
preliminary stage, and that was 0.3 higher than anyone else that we saw. Two gymnasts had a 5.1.
Noe Seifert of Switzerland. For Carlos Yulo, we will be seeing
Next,
him
we'll bring you
competing
top
in the Asian
qualifier, the men's
Championship.
parallel bars competition.
Then after Asian Championship, no competitions. Then he will be having a camp training before the World Championship.
Just waiting
At
for
least
those
World Cup challenges, Carlos
calculations
Yulo
to
will
be
compete
done to the
because he
score of
needs
Nazar Cipponi.
to be involved again or experience the competitive arena. DPRK, Democratic
Meanwhile, on floor,
People's
Jeonjina up from qualification.
Jeonjina. Wow, 12.966. A
12.966.
good execution.
Not
Jeno
quite a full
Chon.
tenth better, but certainly a
Chon
contending
Jina.
display based on what we
Alright.
saw in the preliminary
Now is
stage.
Seifert now in the parallel bar of Switzerland. Waiting for the judges to give him a sign to start. But I start with the men's parallel bar. I'm very unfortunate for
Discussion still ongoing
also
over at the judges' table.
I am very saddened and sad to what happened to
Now we have the numbering.
Nasser. We've been following the footsteps of Nasser
It's a score of
for the longest period of time
11.1
also.
for Nazar Cipponi. But the thing that is of
Nasser got this
the
one.
most significant consequence is how he's feeling after that unfortunate collision.
Saan nakatama? I haven't seen him. Saan ka nakatama yun?
He's had a bit of a wait, a bit of time alone with his thoughts.
Is
Noe Seifert of Switzerland, top qualifier.
nainip na si Noe. Noe Seifert now.
14.133 in the preliminary round. The gymnast who was on the European Championship podium on this apparatus.
Good job. Nag-bend na kanyang arm bending, deductions. Nice one. Take your time, bro. Wow. Oops.
Very nice change of position.
Great
from
job.
Sideways on. That was geometrically lovely.
Yes, very lovely.
Good power in his straddle somersault. Travels well from one end to t'other in the Bavzar.
Awesome job.
Such a nice, smooth action going at it. Into hands
Yes.
down to complete the tipelt. And
Oh,
a tidy looking dismount as well from
very
Louis
tidy.
Heiford. Oh, but Switzerland
Tidy display from Louis Hartford.
back in the
Great job,
international
Noe.
arena after competing at the Olympic Games.
And we have here Kajani Moore of Algeria.
Could she possibly make it 3 titles won at this World Cup?
Wow. Balance beam and also the uneven bar finals. She's gold.
Nigeria's Kalia Namor.
She can be
Past
gold
champion,
here.
being champion, third best in qualification here.
Maybe an Algerian music. Nice one. Come, come. Come, come. Whoa, good job for Kelia. I love the energy. Nice dance. Whoa. Unique style. Unique movements. Let's go, Kylia. Yes, double spike. Yes. Although not that perfect landing. Very nice.
She is such a striking,
Amazing.
all-around performer, Kalia Namor.
Yes. Although
She was the champion
not
of
that
Africa
high difficulty, but it's
across all 4
clean.
pieces in 2023. Great
Louis
display on the
Heiford.
floor there.
Still anxious of his score. Smile, bro. 14.033.
14.033 for
Gold
Noah
medal
Seifert
position.
is virtually the same as qualifying. He drops a single 10th.
So, he dropped a single 10. Nils Dunkel, he's also good in parallel bar. A clean performer in parallel bar. Was a good performance or reputation in parallel
28-year-old
bar
Niels
here.
Dunkel. First World Cup competition for him since the Olympic Games.
Yeah, first World Cup competitions. Nice handstand. Okay. That's a good job, Niels. Yes. Adjustment na, 0.1 deduction. That's good one. Nice transition.
Good to see him back.
I love it.
The German gymnast who scored 13.433 in qualification.
It's good to see him
where he was the
having
5th
that
best, with
display.
room for the execution to develop. It's going to be a really interesting final, actually, when you consider the low score of the second best in qualification, Nazar Chapurni. Do hope that all is well, therefore, Nazar Chapurni.
Yeah, I hope all is well.
Any update, then I'll let you know.
If not, I hope muscle only, not
Meanwhile,
bone
we remind
fracture.
ourselves of this tumbling display from Kalia Namor.
This is amazing for Kelia. Maybe Kelia will be gold here. Previously, they said that she was representing France during her junior careers.
a composed-looking performer on floor. There's very good tumbling, but
Very
actually
composed.
the choreographic side to it is very memorable.
Yeah, very memorable choreographic. Something that gymnasts can do too. Miss Dunkel. It's great to see him. Very lovely boy.
13.5, he has
13.5.
managed to
Silver
nudge
medal
up the
position.
execution a fraction. So Niels Dunkel is in the silver medal position.
Beautiful Kelia Nimor.
Now this is interesting. 12.966 for Kalia Namor.
Oh, amazing one.
Puts her into first place.
12.966. We have here from Canada.
And that was the best score that we saw in qualification. So the whole shape of the final now is a little different.
Tegan Shaver of Canada for the floor finals.
Tegan Shaver of Canada, 8th best in qualification with a score of 11.7.
Tama na. Medyo I don't like the energy is a little bit lacking for me here. Should have at least more energy. But this is a good one. Good music too. Nice because they are producing their own music. Good pass. The thing that I only can tell about from this Canadian gymnast that she's lacking the energy in her dance. Although the acrobatic styles are good, but during the dance she needs to improve the energy. This Christian Gymnastics. Oh no, ano ba? Huwag mo sakatan ka ba yun?
And doubtless will be in collegiate gymnastics as well. Exciting future for her.
Yeah, we now have here from Uzbekistan.
Suljon
Abdurrahimov.
4th best in qualifying. Very good gymnast on the parallel bars.
Yeah, he was the top one in parallel bar qualification in Doha last year.
Championships last year. He has been a World Cup medalist as well.
But the problem is he became anxious during the finals because Carlos Yuli was there.
This apparatus was what got him to the games. Took him to Paris after he competed in Tokyo as well.
Nice work. For Ablusis Arakimakinov, he just needs to focus more and not to be distracted by the outside environment. Nice
He's
work.
often one of the cleanest gymnasts in terms of execution in finals.
Yeah, very clean. You just need also to focus. Ay, sayang.
Oh, he had a real problem on that landing,
Yes,
regrettably.
Sayang, okay na sana eh. 1, 2, 3.
Apparatus, it was very poised.
Yeah, I think 3 steps backward.
As it tends to be with
Maybe 0.3 to 0.4 deductions for the executions for the dismount. 11.6 from Tegan Shaver.
11.6 6.
Yeah, because of the energy also for the
Figure Shaver is a
dance.
10th down from
I
qualification.
think that's the time. That's the thing that she was down or affected her score. Maybe Kaya Nimor will win
And
here.
that takes us to the halfway mark of both of these finals. Still to come, just to remind you, we've got the men's horizontal bar final. That will conclude all of the coverage from CAIRO, the last World Cup in artistic gymnastics this season, before we move on to World Challenge Cup competition.
So the World Challenge Cup, it's just a Challenge Cup. Doesn't have a bearing for you to enter the
And as ever,
the
really grateful to you for your company. Thank you for
World Championship.
joining this
Fifi is
prestigious
big
World
now.
Cup event, the first to be held in
Great
Africa.
to see a
It's
Fifi
now
here.
a mainstay of the International Gymnastics Federation calendar. And as a nation, Egypt has enjoyed fantastic growth gymnastically.
Yeah, especially in
They've got real
men's.
aspirations of getting onto the podium again today.
Especially for
And it
men's
hasn't
gymnastics.
happened by any peculiar quirk of fate. There's been a great
Just watch for
drive
now.
to
I
get
need
more
to
people
drink
doing
a tea.
gymnastics, to get the sport more mainstream television coverage and newspaper coverage. And it's amazing when you look at how the numbers have increased. There are now tens of thousands of practicing gymnasts in Egypt, and there were only a fraction of that going back 7-10 years. .866, so he has improved upon qualification by a couple of tenths. Silver medal position at the halfway mark for Rasul Abdurrahimov. This is what's to come in the second half of the women's floor final, and we're going to see the Egyptian crowd get very excited indeed, because the top qualifier is going to be second in this second half. The men's parallel bars final, the second half of the competition. And we're going to be looking at the gymnasts who are 7th, 6th, 3rd and 8th respectively.
So now you have
Two of
this
them in the host nation.
the women's floor and the second set.
Both Kaylee Namor and
Wow,
Sandra, by the way,
10
are on the
viewers
same
now.
score in the women's floor final, but
Hi, 10
Namor
viewers.
with higher
10
execution.
million viewers.
Vita Prijanovic of
Vita
Slovenia,
Prijanovic
7th
now.
best in qualifying.
I think this is copyrighted music. Forgive me that I need to reduce the music due to copyright issue. And that's it, our gymnast. We just did a very well job.
You said really about Tegan Shaver, you says that Vita Plajovic has benefited hugely from having some very experienced gymnasts around her, like Claire Bolak, with whom she was chatting after qualification. It's been a very fine season for the Slovenians in the Women's World Cup events.
Yeah, European gymnasts are using copyrighted music, but
Yes,
Africans
enormous
are.
fan of the Gadirova
Well, we
cover
now
by
have here
Plajovic.
one of the greatest gymnasts in Africa, representing Egypt, Omar Mohamed.
Now to Omar Mohamed of Egypt.
It's one of the
Bronze
best.
medalist on the rings, 7th best in qualification here, but with
Bronze medal in the
the
rings. Wow.
sort of execution score
Amazing.
that could move him up if he can tidy things.
Strong gymnast, Omar. You can just see in his body. Very strong. Arabs are really indeed
And
strong.
it may be that he's looking a little better here.
Yeah. He's doing good.
Certainly the case in that
Good
tip-out.
rhythm. Oh, just a little adjustment. 0.1 deductions for that. And dismount. Yay!
Now,
Woo!
belter of a routine from Omar Mohamed.
Amazing, Omar.
Super dismount.
Amazing
Well,
dismount.
she's likely to see a very different sort of score.
Yes. Probably a podium finish.
The reigning all-around champion of Africa. The man from another of the great Egyptian cities, Alexandria.
Wow, we did well.
He finally had that moment that he dreamed of in the World Cup yesterday. He's somebody who's been rather besieged by bad luck in big competitions. Things have almost gone spot on a few occasions for him.
He did well there. Congratulations, Omar. I'm happy
The
for
World
you.
Cup was in his favour.
Not only a handsome gymnast, very good gymnast, but wow, he did well here. I hope he can have
Now
a
looks very
good
close to
consistency.
Only a couple of attempts down. Now to the top qualifier in the women's floor competition. An Olympian.
Jana Mahmoud of Egypt in the floor. Good job from Jana. Yeah, the music is created. Very Egyptian music. Great energy from Jana. It's a good arrangement of music too. Great arrangement of music. Energy is wise, very Egyptian. Just dropping a little bit of energy. Nice one from Jan of Egypt. Yes. Great job, Jana.
Goodness me, that
Proud
was
of you.
a great display from Jana Mahmoud.
Although
The top performer in qualification.
when it comes to
Across the river from CAIRO
when it
proper.
comes to acrobatics,
The
Kalya
reigning
is more good.
all-around and floor
Dance
champion
is
of Africa.
amazing for her. It's just the acrobatics are a little
And she
bit
actually
lacking.
won the floor title in Cairo in 2022 as well at the African Championships. Now look at this. Omar Mohamed has gone in.
Wow, 14.033 on gold medal position.
I thought that execution score was going to look very different.
8.733.
And I did say he had room to move up the standings, and he really
Wow.
has moved
If
up the
Leo
standings
Salidino
massively. He was the seventh
will
best
be
qualifier.
second, then he has a great chance of becoming
This could be a
or
very
finishing in
exciting
the
few minutes for the
podium.
Egyptian gymnasts and for the fans.
I just hope that Mohamed can have a good
So Leo Saladino
consistency.
of France, sixth best in qualification.
Yeah, amazing. Good job for Leo. Nice handstand. Ay, sayang.
Had to
Mali.
really work to get position there after.
That would be a good deductions. But that's a good save. Or else that's near to fall. Indeed, that one also. Ouch! Arcing. And adjustment deductions for that too. Oh, this is not a good. Indeed, that there is a little bit hesitation.
To the handstand position.
Yeah. Oh my God! I believe Omar will finish in the at least bronze.
And he actually did extremely well to make that dismount work, considering the effort he put in.
I believe Omar will finish in the podium
Has
here.
she done it? Has she done it?
Maybe second.
966.
Maybe
is the leading
second.
Score at the moment.
Maybe second.
There's the answer.
Really? She's gold?
13.033. There might well be an Egyptian gold medal.
Wow.
Jana Mahmoud.
Big congrats.
We've also got an Egyptian in first place.
Okay. What is her advantage is that of course the home court. Then also the dance is more beautiful. Her dance is more graceful than the dance of Kaya Limor. But when it comes to acrobatic, for me, Kaya is more good. But for Egyptian, she has a more good dance,
fourth best in qualification,
which has having a good score too. Canadian, for sure they will be using a copyrighted music. Oh, sayang. Deduction. Wow, it's like an Oppenheimer music. I love that her dance here. She's not dropping the energy. Good expressions. Wow, double pike somersault and a good landing. Nice split. That's it. Good one, good execution.
Did she land that last tumbling pass?
Like a very collegiate. For me, it's like a collegiate execution.
Control of
nice one. A good control too.
Not just to the tumbling work, but the choreography as well on the floor.
Leo Saladino will be finishing on the 5th. Whoa! So Omar will finish on the podium. Omar will be finishing on the podium. Congratulations, Omar.
Guaranteed.
For Omar.
We will have an African champion.
Yeah, African world champion.
Because we have an Egyptian and then a gymnast from Morocco to come. And Omar Mohamed leads on the execution tiebreak ahead of Noah Zeifert.
Mohamed Afifi.
Mohamed Afifi, the reigning champion of this continent on the parallel bars.
Okay.
Very nice gymnast on this piece. He's another who could pop the execution up a little in qualification and move up the standings.
Wow. Good
Good
executions
smoothness
too.
into his first handstand.
Nice handstand. Yeah, just controlled. Good job. Oh, but the handstand is not that enough. There was a little bit of like
Just about
separation.
held on to that. A little break in form, perhaps.
Yes, a little break in form. Adjustment too.
Certainly
Also
much clearer there, but a
not that very clear
fabulous effort to
executions.
hold the handstand.
She's having deductions
Minimise
now.
the deduction as best he can.
Yeah, just to minimize the deductions. Not that clean as Omar have. Maybe second with Omar. Great job.
Thrilled that he got through that with such precision. Mohamed Afifi of Egypt.
Yes, maybe will finish on the
also make it
silver.
onto the podium.
Maybe on silver. I believe he will finish on the
what
podium.
a day this has been for the Egyptian team.
Yes. Maybe we'll finish on the silver.
They will be overjoyed.
Pogi ng mga Egyptian.
And they're right to be. Rose Wu in 5th position, 12.466. And we are guaranteed an African champion in the women's floor competition as well, because we have an Egyptian leading, an Algerian in 2nd place, and a Moroccan to perform.
Salina Bosmayo.
Selena Busmayo, bronze medalist at the African Championships last year.
I think this is a copyrighted music. Hindi siguro. I think this is a Moroccan music. Good one. She did well. She's doing well here. Next acrobatics. Good job. I love the grace also. Not that as difficult as it is, but she's doing a great job for her executions and dance. When it comes to acrobatics, she's doing well. Very girlish. Very feminine.
And that brings to a close the women's floor final. Selena Busmayo of Morocco.
Afifi. Maybe we'll finish in the silver medal position.
Now, where will Mohamed Afifi sit? Not quite.
Fourth.
13.833.
Yeah. 13.833, fourth position, because of a lot of deductions.
Just keeping him off the podium by hundreds. Rasuljan Abdurrahimov still in 3rd place. But Mohamed of Egypt is guaranteed at least silver. Now we see a gymnast who's been an Arab Games gold medalist, an Arab champion, and an African champion, and somebody who won bronze on this apparatus at his home championships in Marrakesh.
Marrakesh.
Last year. It's Hamza Hosseini to conclude the
Marrakesh.
Good luck to him.
That's a new country for me. Marrakesh. Nice one.
Nice to see him in this final. He's had
good job.
Not the easiest time of things over the course of his career.
Good one.
He's only competed at a couple of world championships. He had a spell of
there's one arm belt bending.
He's talked
also
about
deductions on the
his motivation.
Wow. It's very fast. Slow bro. To avoid the mistakes. Sayang.
Lovely to see that
Still
from
good.
Hamza Hosseini. Some very nice work. He nods his head. A gymnast who's been on a World Challenge Cup podium. That was on vault in Paris in 2018. He actually trains in France under the great...
Oh, he trains in
Romain
France.
Drouet.
He trains in France. That's good. Because if you're training in France, so chances you will develop indeed.
Selena Bouzmayo.
From
scoring
Marrakesh, 12.0 on 6th
12.
position.
She finishes in...
Yeah, because of the low level of
Position.
difficulty.
And we'll now be able to bring you the
She can improve her difficulty
great
maybe
joy
soon.
for the Egyptian gymnasts, because in a moment we're going to confirm a fantastic couple of apparatus finals for them. Whatever happens with this last score for Hamza Hosseini. And a very successful couple of finals for gymnasts from this continent. .933, Hamza Hosseini.
Wow.
Finishing in
Gold medal
position.
position for Egypt.
The same score as he produced in qualification, which is a job well done.
Job well done for the Marrakesh gymnast. Pogi din niya, oh.
And all of that means that it is a fairy tale moment for the Egyptian gymnasts.
Yeah.
And for their fans.
Omar Mohamed has been competing in the gymnastics long before. I've seen him competing for the World Championship 2024. And he's very good.
Double gold
Maybe 2023. Nice one.
Classified results to come.
Yeah, for the WAG finals.
Final standings in the women's floor competition.
Jana, Egyptian, wow, 13.33. Kalia Nimor, 12.966.
Algeria's Kalia Nimor, and the gold medal won by Jana Mahmoud of Egypt. The reigning African champion has become a World Cup champion. And she's done it at home in Cairo. So let's have a look at the medalists to be. John Jinnah, great moment for her after a tough
John
start
Jinnah, wow,
weekend.
third medal position on the floor finals.
In the vault competition, she's really improved since then, and this is a great reward for her tenacious performances.
Okay.
And what about this? Kalia Nimor, 2 gold medals and a silver. And it's been a brilliant competition for the Algerian. But there is no doubt about whom the headlines will be written when it comes to the floor final. Delight for Jana Mahmoud, the Olympian, the Egyptian gymnast, who has managed to produce what she did to take the continental title in this big World Cup competition in her home country.
Congratulations, Egypt, for the gold
The
medal.
last Cairo World Cup, by the way, a year ago. So my goodness, this is going to feel good for her.
Yes.
Celebrations about to begin.
Indeed. Amazing one.
Rasuljan Abdurrahimov of Uzbekistan, the bronze medalist.
Wow, bronze medal. 8.766
8.766
execution, 5.1 difficulties.
He won his first World Cup medal last season in Cottbus. He's equalled that.
Congratulations, Omar.
Position.
And Noe
Very
Seifert.
close, this men's parallel bars final. It came down to the execution criteria.
8.33 execution, difficulty of 5.7.
14.033 with an 8.333 for execution, and that is 0.4 lower than Omar Mohamed. But good things really do come to those who wait. After his bronze medal on the rings yesterday, which he celebrated with so much story in his eyes.
I love it.
Well, now.
So great to see Omar finishing on the Wow,
That's
Kalia,
assuming
silver
that
medal,
anyone can
amazing.
actually get the Egyptian gymnasts anywhere near the podium, because there are going to be people queuing up for photographs, queuing up to interview them.
Yes.
Here are the
Omar
classified
Muhammad,
results in the men's
14.033. Noah Seifert,
reprise competition. Rashidon
um,
Abdurakhimov of Uzbekistan wins bronze.
Omar
Noah
got
Seifert of
more
Switzerland wins
higher
silver. And the
difficult
gold medal is won by
execution.
Omar Mohammed of Egypt on the execution tiebreak.
Yeah, execution tiebreak. So if the execution naman is the same, they will have a difficulty tiebreak. So it just depends whether you will have the
We
execution
have
tiebreak
one
or
more final
difficulty
to bring you,
tiebreak.
and it is going to get underway in a matter of moments.
Medyo mabagal ang pacing nila dito sa Egypt. Parang Arab talaga, medyo mabagal ang pacing ng Arab. Even any Arab events are, especially if being organized by Arab, it's just the pacing is very slow.
Let's have a look back at the best of the action so far over those last two finals.
You get here a replay. Master Pony, he gets some injury here. I hope he will be fine. Parang bago ang gamit ng Egypt dito.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're entering the CAIRO World Cup final with one more event, the men's artistic gymnastics high bar.
نرحب بحضراتكم مرة أخرى في نهائيات كأس العالم للرياضة 2020 على إعلان
The last final is about to take place.
We now have here the men's high bar finals. Leo
Men's horizontal
Saladino.
bar final.
Leo is
Puerto
just
Rico
like
of
he did
France,
an
the
all
seventh best
around.
in qualification will get us underway.
Yon.
Dominic Tamzel from
Dominic
Switzerland,
Tamzel.
best
Nice
in
one.
qualifying, will be second to go.
Second to go siya. 6th best in qualifications. From the North Korea.
Gymnasts who looked really impressive in the
Very
qualification
regal.
process. Choi Song of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Yes, Marius Georgie. Great to see
Marius
Marius here.
of Cyprus, European champion on the horizontal bar in 2022 and the reigning all-around champion of his continent.
Wow, again.
Don Abdurrahimov of Uzbekistan,
Nice.
the best in qualifying. Gymnast who's just had success on the parallel bars.
Oh, Muhammad El Megari. Great to see here, Muhammad.
Ahmed El Maragi of Egypt,
And
bronze
Ahmed
medalist
Al Migari.
from Doha
Sorry,
World
it's
Cup
Ahmed Al Migari.
2023. Noah Seifert, 6th best in qualifying.
6th best in qualification, Noah Seifert.
And
Yes, Milad
absolutely the
Karimi.
favourite, Milad Karimi of Kazakhstan.
One of the best in
He won the gold medal at the
Horizontal
Osijek
bar.
World Cup. He won the gold medal at the Doha World Cup.
Osijek,
And what's interesting
Doha.
is he also won the floor title in Doha. He won the
Wow.
floor title here. So he could be about to achieve the double-double of floor and horizontal
I mean, that
bars.
is one of the best now of
Consecutive
gymnasts,
World
one
Cups.
to
That
beat.
would be tremendous.
And the coaches,
So there they are, the finalists.
the last finals of the day. So the
We're going
first to
to
show
begin
or to perform are
with
Deus
the
Ledino of
gymnasts who
France,
qualified
Switzerland,
seventh,
Dominique,
fifth,
and North
second,
Korea,
and
Song,
third
and Marius Georgie of
in the preliminary
Cyprus.
round, and really watch Choi Song of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. He
Choi Song.
produced an absolutely fabulous dismount. It's the first time that he's competed at an FIG World Cup. He has competed at the Asian Championships. He's very interesting to watch.
Yes, indeed. It's very interesting to watch. I love him. I love to watch him indeed.
We will have to come in the second half of the final. The gymnasts who were third, fourth and first, or rather than gymnasts who were fourth and first, I should say, in qualification. And we're going to finish with Milad Karimi, so we will be rather guessing until the very end of things. The very last final then about to take place. Hope you've enjoyed all of the action from the CAIRO World Cup of
Yes.
Artistic Gymnastics.
We love to see
It was
now
a
Marius
pleasure watching
Georgie.
him. He talks about how much he enjoys being here. He loves the atmosphere of this competition. He's very
Marius
popular.
Georgie now on the horizontal bar.
It was remarked upon actually,
During the all-around finals
Egyptian
of Marius
Gymnastics Federation
Georgie,
when he was about to step up and compete. They said
he got a
everyone knows who he is here,
difficulty
they love
in
watching him.
only
And
the high bar finals.
Marius
He finished it good.
commented
He wasn't
when I had
able
the
to finish in
opportunity
the
to chat with him after
podium
his horizontal bar qualification that he loves
in the
noise
high bar
from the
finals in the
crowd. He loves
Olympics.
to feel
The only
challenge
challenge for Myers Georgie is to just feel relaxed
feel more energized,
and not to be
ready to
feel
use the pumped up.
pressured. He has been competing in the all-around finals since
There are some
the
athletes, aren't there, who don't really
Rio
notice the crowd so
Olympics.
much. They're not hugely aware of what's going on around them, and there are others who just like the energy of a big event.
Leo Salidoni now of France. It's like an all-around
Leo
competition
Saladino of
with a
France,
good
first to go in
rest.
the men's horizontal bar final. He was the 7th best in qualification.
7 best in qualifications. Wow. Nice swings. Kovac.
As well performing the Kovac after some nice close control work.
Yeah, nice control. And
Very
Cassina.
good. What a strong body position.
It's like a Kovac in the pike position. This is an all-around routine.
And
Awesome
really
job.
security lands.
Secure
Shot
landing.
thoroughly well done by Leo Saladino.
Great work, Leo.
He's regarded
Clean
as
one.
a very humble, very reserved
Yeah.
young gymnast. But
Very,
one
very
with
humble.
a lot
And
of
handsome too.
intense determination under the surface. That he looked
Very beautiful
really
gymnast.
thrilled. That was nice to watch. It was very tidy gymnastically.
Yeah, it's just very tidy. He did this one very tidy. No leg separation, no leg bending, and
Started
arm
with that
bending was not
look
there.
Close to the apparatus.
Yeah, I love the double
The
pike.
Variation of a traditional Kovac.
Yeah, double pike Kovac.
Twisting well.
Yes, good
Perfect in
one.
alignment as he came down
Stick to the
ground.
floor landing. Awesome to see here, Leo.
Certainly could do rather well with that performance, depending on what we see from those who will be likely to produce a higher difficulty.
From Switzerland.
It's particularly striking how much work Saladino has put into his horizontal bar over the last few years.
It's great to see the improvement. I was happy also for the improvement
And they
of
know, don't they, the
Saladino.
athletes in a way that we can never possibly appreciate, that we can never understand simply by watching one routine, how much has gone into that degree of development.
It's
Well
8.4.
done.
Wow,
13.5.
13.5. But the difficulty is only
Difficulty up there too.
5.0.
Execution is up, gets the bonus as well. All of that for a 4/10.
Well, who among here has the difficulty of more higher?
That could contend for a place on the podium, depending on what we see.
Yes.
But there's certainly potential for that to feature.
Yeah. Milad Karimi is a good potential for gold here.
Switzerland's Dominic Tamsel. He was the 5th best in qualifying, 13.3.
13.3.
Very bright individual.
Well, he needs to
We'll
have
come on to
a
that
good
in just a
execution
moment after
here.
We've enjoyed this display.
All right. A good one. What's that again? I forgot the name. That's a good release. Yun, Casina.
Completes his Coleman. It's the second
Miss Coleman?
release move.
I'm confused with the Coleman and Casina.
It's very methodical and purposeful, the swing.
Sorry for the mistakes. Ayun na.
And the dismount was
That's
lovely.
why. A good
Very
very
nice
execution,
start to
but
this
not
men's
a podium
horizontal bar
contender
final.
display.
Leo Saladino going well, Dominic Tamzel following suit. The gymnast who has advanced qualifications in electrical engineering from the Bern University of Applied Sciences.
Whoa, electrical
He became a
engineering.
Master of Science last year and also completed his advanced certification in English. He's from right up in the far rural north of Switzerland. First was the Ginga somersault, and then the full twisting Kovac, the Coleman.
Good dismount.
And he looked very aware of where the ground was as he came around to land.
He did well.
Smoothly done. Now then, this could be very interesting.
Waiting for the North Korea to perform.
You imagine he will just be thinking, if I can do as I did in the qualification phase, that will probably be just the ticket.
Yes, it's just a ticket.
We're likely to see a much more difficult routine from this gentleman. The first two of pretty comparable difficulty. Probably won't be much between
Great to
them.
see him here. A North Korean gymnast. We'd love to see North Koreans. We can have a glimpse of them.
Well, we are still in search of that score for Dominic Tamzel.
Yeah, waiting for the score of Dominic.
What an athlete does in a situation like this is their own personal ritual, isn't it? And it's important that they get this bit right. How much they choose to think, how much they choose just to let their mind wander, how much they try to keep everything out of their head.
Yeah.
When you're waiting to go and waiting for a score to come in.
It's great to see gymnasts here doing their best.
Been there for a fair old while now.
North Koreans are also great in gymnastics, especially, you know. They have a reputation of finishing in podium. Wow. 13.5.
But he will go into the lead. Higher execution by 2/10.
Higher
And
execution.
yes, Leo Saladino with a 4.8 and a 5.0 difficulty score respectively.
Awesome to see a North Korean here.
Between them. This
It's also beautiful gymnast.
5.4 for difficulty
Wee Song
in
Cho.
qualifying. Cho Wee Song of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. He was really exciting to watch in the preliminary stage. He was the second best in
Let's
qualification,
go, bro.
13.866. Let's see what we get now. He's got
I
a
hope Kim
powerful
Jong-oh
swing.
will be present on the Olympics or World Championship.
First big one coming up.
Whoa! Great job for his Casina. Yun ang Casina.
Almost had an interruption to the swing, but did well.
Nice.
And the Coleman.
Coleman.
There's more to come. Straight
Whoa!
catch,
Straight catch up. He did well.
and there's more still. Straddle
Straddle catch
catch.
up. One arm giant.
One arm giant swing. How steady is his landing
Very
going to
steady.
be? That's the question. It was fabulous in qualification. Here comes Cho Wee Song. It's so powerful.
Cho Wee Song. Wow!
It's fantastic to watch.
Great job, Cho Wee Song.
He did move a lot more on the landing than in the preliminary stage, but boy, is he entertaining.
Yes, very entertaining.
23-year-old
Cho Wee
from
Song.
Pyongyang in his first FiG World Cup event.
Great job, Cho Wee Song.
He really commits to the release moves. There he seemed to be in danger of losing his swing as he came out of the casino. Goes for a nice straight body position in the first catch-ev. And then rapidly twist the body around.
Yeah,
to
that
dismount.
rapid twisting of the body will have a deductions.
Well, more than little. But
Sayang,
big
if two
difficulty on
steps
show
will be
from that
0.3
young gentleman.
deductions maybe to 0.4 from the execution.
Certainly got the crowd going, didn't he?
Yeah, I loved his performance here. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to Chris RD Gymnastics for more competition reactions, live reactions. Thank you. Marius Georgie was a
We've got
reputation
another wonderful
of
entertainer to come.
good one.
So the leader at the moment is Dominic Tamzel, 13.5, same score as Leo Saladino. But Tamzel better on the execution.
Waiting for the North Korean score.
There is no
No,
surprise whatsoever that he's
13.8.
got into the gold medal position. Cho Wee Song,
8.3.
13.8.
The
Highest difficulty
executions.
score by half a mark.
Nice one.
Execution, unsurprisingly,
And we got
the
here
lowest
Marius
of the three.
Georgie, who is a half Filipino, half Cyprus.
He said he's come here really determined to feel no pressure, just to use this as preparation to enjoy one of his favourite World Cup competitions. Very philosophical about where he is at the moment. Marius Georgiou building towards
Good
that
execution.
which is to come later on in the year. He was the third best qualifier with 13.533.
13.533. Nice one.
And he goes
Casina.
nicely through his casino. Really kept the swing going there.
That's
Same
Coleman.
with the Coleman.
Very tidy. No leg arm bending. One arm giant. So yun na yun. Then he will not want to be in the podium. Good job.
Oh, that's such a
Wow, very
graceful
tidy.
dismount. Golly, that was lovely.
Very tidy executions, but the difficulty is a little bit low in compared to the North
What a
Koreans
beautiful
and
bit of
Milad.
gymnastics to finish there from the reigning European all-around champion and the horizontal bar champion from the Munich European Championships of 2022. 3 times now he's been an Olympian. Incredible. And made the horizontal bar final at the Paris Games. Keeps such a sense of swing when he reconnects with the bar. And
Plus
that
0.1,
was
there is
made to
gonna be a
look just
bonus.
delightfully simple. Not as much in the routine in terms of complexity as we
Yeah, not as
witnessed
much.
from Cho Wee-sung.
Marius Georgie should increase his complexity
But the
because
execution is likely to be
matitindi ang mga
quite
kalaban niya.
agreeable for Marius
Wow,
Yoriu.
the handsome Ahmed Almigari. Ahmed Almigari, not only a strong gymnast, but also beautiful gymnast. Here you go, the
There is the
strongest
favourite.
gymnast. Milad Karimi.
There is the man who has managed so many World Cup successes this season.
Great job. Oh, gold medal position.
Well, he's gone into the gold medal position with
Wow.
14.066.
Because of the execution.
Marius Yoriu.
Nice execution,
8.766.
8.766.
It is the best that we've seen
Cool.
so far. No surprise. And though he is 3/10 lower
Great job.
in difficulty than Cho Wee-sung, it was the clarity of his performance that was so important. He also picked up the 1/10 bonus as well. Cho, the only
And
gymnast
the
not to
1.10
have that.
bonus. Noe Seifert on Switzerland. Congratulations, Marius Georgie.
Well, it's made for a very interesting prospect now as we go into the second half of this final.
So, Rosol
We have
John,
Rasul John Abdurrahim,
Ahmed,
best in qualification.
Elmigari,
Ahmed El Marahi,
Noe Seifert, and
4th best in the preliminary stage. And then
Milad
Noah
Karimi.
Seifert, the 6th best. And the top qualifier will be the last gymnast to compete here in Cairo, Milad Karimi. But his score in the preliminary stage, 14.066. That's exactly what we've just seen from Marius Yoriu.
Ahmed Elmigari. Hope he will be relaxed and smile. Because too much concentration and you can just feel the nerve. Hope he will not feel pressured that he's competing with his hometown, in his hometown.
Time to resume the action at the Cairo World Cup in the Cairo International Stadium. 4 performances to come, and then we'll bring you the celebrations, and there will be lots of celebrations, especially for the Egyptian gymnasts, as they are going to enjoy hearing their national anthem played twice. Rasul John Abdurrahimov.
Yeah, we have now Rasul John
Who
Abdurrahimov.
performed ever so well on the parallel bars. 8th best qualifier for this final. We don't expect him to have the difficulty to really obviously contend for a place on the podium, but we expect it to be well performed.
Yeah, that's good. Wala sayang.
He has to make a readjustment
My
there,
God.
though, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that can be considered as fall. 1 whole point deduction.
Decent sense of height and flight on the Kachev.
Yeah, great job. Straight
Nice
catch up,
looking
shuttle
straddle
catch up.
variety there.
Sayang, 1 whole point deduction yun. Ay,
But that,
ayun na. 2 whole point
unfortunately, was,
deduction na.
touch on the wild
Sayang,
side.
bro. Masaktan ba? Nag-split yung ano.
Perhaps the sense for Rasul Abdurrahimov that after that really fine display on the parallel bars, we're into territory where anything is a bonus now, because they really just look delightful on his preferred apparatus.
Oh, that's good.
So he is through the routine, and he will be
That's a
departing
good
Cairo
job.
as a World Cup medalist. He'll receive his bronze in just a moment.
Yeah. At least he has a bronze medal. And that's a great job for the parallel bar.
And we have a look back at Rasuljon Abdurrahimov's display. It's coming out of the Yamawaki that he just had to readjust. Didn't have the momentum to keep him going as though he was intending.
This is a good one. Saktan siya sa kamay niya. Oh. Ahmed El-Migari now. Great to see Ahmed. He has been having his training in the Europe. I think in Croatia. Also with the Japanese trainer there in Europe. Has been attending the training camp there.
Home representation about to come for the Egyptians, the last from their nation to participate here in Cairo.
There's also a newlywed.
He was the fourth best in qualifying, so he can be very aspirational. Rasuljon Abdurrahimov
Wow,
scoring
3.8.
10.8. Regrettably, that has him in last place.
Yeah,
of
3.8
those that have gone
difficulty.
so far.
Okay lang yan.
This gymnast has been a World Cup medalist on the horizontal bar.
Yes.
Ahmed El Marahi of Egypt.
Ahmed El-Mirahi. Let's go,
And 4
Ahmed.
hours away in the extraordinary
Ahmed.
city of Alexandria. He's not quite 30, and he's participating in his 10th World Cup final here. That itself a great accomplishment. He was 8th in Cairo in 2022, 5th in 2023, and 6th in 2024. He's so used to being in the horizontal bar final here.
Yes.
Feels
I
vital
hope
that
he
we
will
have him in this
will
event
be
because
doing
he's
good
such an
here.
important part of the sport
Nice
in this
wing.
country.
Wow, Casina.
He really went
Wow.
for that casino.
Amazing. Tama lang. Oh, straight catch up.
Kachev as well.
Nice one. Straddle catch up.
Both of his Kachevs well performed.
Very tidy performance also. Let's go, Ahmed.
This is looking good.
Yeah, looking good. Dismount.
He's up and he's done
Ah,
ever
sayang.
so well. Oh, what
Great
power
job.
in that dismount from Ahmed El Marahi. Did take quite a big landing adjustment, but he
Yeah.
looked so strong.
Finished strong there. Maybe 0.2 deductions
Really
for the
did take flight,
landing.
didn't he? Graduate of the prestigious University of Alexandria in geology.
Wow, geology. Amazing.
So appropriately enough, he got the whole place rocking there with that display.
Also after the gymnastics, there is a good
Now the question is
career for
whether
him.
he can get an improvement from qualifying where he scored 13.5, because 13.5 is what currently holds bronze. The problem is Milad Karimi is still to come and would be expected to impose himself on that conversation too. Had a little leg separation towards the conclusion of the Casino, but it was very powerful and kept decent swing. His catchevs were nicely performed.
Yes.
As he landed, there was a fairly substantial leap forwards.
Indeed. Ahmed Al Migari.
Hasn't quite made it onto the podium.
Yes, but it's fine, bro.
Ahmed El Marahi, 13.366.
Yes,
Good degree of
13.366.
difficulty.
It's still
The
nice.
joint second highest
He
that we've
did well.
seen so far, but the execution, unfortunately, the
At the
second
end, right?
lowest in the final.
Pogi.
That brings us to the penultimate performer. So it is
Noe
still
Seifert
Maddox
now.
leading, then Cho Wee Song, then Dominic Tamzel. So there will be a Swiss gymnast on the podium with one to go, because this is Noah Seifert.
Noe Seifert now. You see Noe Seifert? Clean routine. Wow.
Nice work there.
What's you call this one? Double pike. Kovac.
Showed very fine control.
Yeah, but the handstand is not that fine. Wow! Whoa! Fabulous
triple back
dismount!
to conclude from Noah Seifert.
Amazing, Noah. He's improving. Great
He really
improvement.
does generate deceptive power.
I love Noah Seifert here. Great improvement.
It's amazing how he really gets up into the air for those 3 rotations backwards. They don't lack for a good horizontal bar tradition, the Swiss. Some excellent athletes on the apparatus over the years. He seemed to be quite close to the apparatus with the Kovac, or with the Coleman, I should say, and then the Kovac variation afterwards, that looked more in line.
Yeah, very good one. Good execution from Noe Seifert. Cool.
Big triple to conclude. .133 in qualification. Last gymnast getting ready to perform.
Yeah, Milad Karimi, he should work well. He should work hard well so that he can be gold. He has a very good potential for gold here.
Certainly from an execution standpoint, Seifert looked better by some way than the 7.733 he picks up in the preliminary stage. Actually came into the final with the lowest execution score of anyone. So what target will he have to beat as he looks to make it 3 in a row at World Cup level?
Waiting for the score of Noe Seifert. Yun. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Nagmamature din si Noe Seifert. Wala na yung, young boy look niya. Milad Karimi now, he improves a lot, not only his skills,
He
but
really
also in
has
his
been
physique.
so dominant of late on this apparatus. And still, Noah Seifert waits for the number to come in, and we wait to see who will be leading. Whether it will be the gentleman from Switzerland or whether it will be Marius Yuryu. Well, Noah Seifert doesn't look too pleased.
Oh? Doesn't look
He
too
scores
pleased.
13.866.
It's good.
So he's
13.866.
guaranteed a medal.
Good one. Guaranteed
Will
of
be
at least bronze
bronze
medal
for him.
position.
Marius Yuryu at least silver.
Yeah, at least silver. Possible gold for Milad Karimi here.
To Milad Karimi. Top performer in qualification.
Nice job, Milad. Good one.
Goodness me, so much
Casina.
power and swing.
Wow. Grabe.
Amplitude.
Kovac.
3 big release moves.
Not Kovac, it's Casina. Oh my God. Dito na ako sa mga ginagawa niya. Pero those are very difficult. Those are very difficult releases. He needs to stick here so that he can guarantee a gold.
And
Yes!
very well controlled landing as he
Pero mababa ang
shuffles
chest.
himself.
Bumaba ang chest.
Oh,
0.1 deductions.
Knees
Execution.
nearly touched the nose there at one point. Needed incredibly to hold his landing position. That was
Nice one.
very quick thinking from Milad Karimi. Well, whatever position he occupies, he's had a brilliant spell on the horizontal bar, winning the gold in the Croatia World Cup in Osijek.
Maybe gold for,
the gold at the Qatar
for
World Cup in Doha.
him. Due to the high level of difficulties that he had.
And we just remind ourselves that he won gold on floor yesterday, having done the same.
May mga bending of the elbow.
But it's that twisting work he puts into the first release move that is a differentiator.
There's
And
Casina,
Casina did lose a bit of the form at the end.
Kovac, Coleman.
So well performed.
Yeah, well performed Coleman. Ayun no, bumaba ang chest.
The look of somebody
Reduction lang
who's
yon.
entirely sure how they managed to stay upright there, but they just about did it.
Great job,
So what's it going
Milad.
to be? 14.066 is the leading mark. That's what he scored in qualification as well. It's Marius Yuryu in the gold medal position at the moment. Noah Seifert second on 13.866.
Well, when
Chloe
it
Song
comes to
is third
difficulty,
on
no doubt that
13.6.
Milad has more difficult, but there are some movements like bending of the elbow and the landing, which is a low chest level, will have a deductions in the execution. So yun. Possible silver, but highly likely gold.
There's the lead up.
At least bronze for Noe Seifert here. Surely it will be a podium finished for Milad Karimi. The score?
That's an excellent win.
Yeah,
for Milad
14.466.
Karimi. 3 in a row.
Congratulations.
14.466. And look
3
at the difficulty,
golds.
5.8.
Silver for Marius Georgi.
He's won it by 4/10.
Wow, amazing. So these are the score? Classified score for the high bars.
And he's done it again at the next
14.466, Milad Karimi, Marius Georgi,
Noah
14.466.
Seifert of
The Cypher
Switzerland wins the
13.866.
bronze medal.
Choi
Marius
Song, North
Cyprus
Korea,
takes the
13.8.
silver. And gold
Tamsil
for the
Dominic,
third
13.5.
World Cup in a row.
Ahmed
The
El
horizontal
Migari,
bar
7th place,
competition goes to
13.366.
Kazakhstan's Milad Karimi.
Yeah, congratulations to all of you. Big congrats. Subscribe, like, and share this channel. Next up will be the medal ceremony. Well, anyways, just want to take a video of
Victory
the
ceremonies will be along in a short while.
after competitions.
Kazakhstan, and we're going to twice hear the Egyptian national anthem.
It's a great job for the Egyptian team here. For Omar in the floor. For Omar, the challenge for him is to be consistent. And just to be consistent, he is indeed a very potential world champion for this year. He needs to be more consistent. Continuously be consistent, especially in the world champion shape. What Omar has, so the Seifert here. Omar Muhammad, he has a good execution, very tidy. He needs to maintain it. So for sure, surely it's. I hope Ahmed El
Bronze
Migari
will
will
go
be fine.
to Noah Seifert of Switzerland, 13.866.
Marius
With
Georgiou.
the silver medal, Cyprus's own Marius Georgiou.
Yes, silver medal for Marius.
Really as part of a wider preparation process, just looking to not put too much expectation on himself.
Yes.
Well, he's done so well. And there's no doubt what he expected of himself. Came here to win it and has done so again. He's one of the in-form gymnasts in the world at the moment, Milad Karimi.
Great job for Milad.
Let's have a look back at some of the action so far today ahead of the victory ceremonies.
Whoa. Oh. Okay. Congratulations. Then we will be waiting for the victory ceremony.
single person shattered our collective sense of safety.
A growing memorial in East Vancouver at the site of an unprecedented tragedy where a vehicle plowed into a crowd of festival goers Saturday evening.
The tragedy, a heartbreaking end to a day that was meant to celebrate the Filipino culture.
And we will come together out of this catastrophe with the support and the love from the broad community, from all of you.
Good evening and thank you very much for joining us. We begin with the tragedy that has shocked our province. And we want to warn you right off the top, the subject matter will be disturbing to many viewers.
At least 11 people have been killed and many more injured by a driver who drove an SUV at high speed into the crowd at a Filipino street festival on Saturday. We have team coverage for you tonight, including what we know about the victims and the suspect, as well as the security concerns being raised.
And we'll start with Grace Key, who is live near the scene right now with details about how this all unfolded. Grace?
Yesterday, Vancouver and the Filipino community suffered its darkest day here in the city of Vancouver. And I've spent the morning speaking with families and community leaders. Let me just tell you, their strength, even through this unimaginable pain, exemplifies Vancouver's resiliency. Like all of you, I'm completely heartbroken. I'm shocked. And I'm angry. What happened at the Lapu Lapu Festival last night was unthinkable. Families gathered to celebrate, to dance, to share their culture and their pride. And in an instant, their world was shattered. To the Filipino community and the family members.
That means
of the victims,
Dankel.
we see you, we love you, and we grieve with you. Now, I do want to take this opportunity to lay out some facts about the incident. Here's what I can confirm at this time. Number one, the suspect has been arrested and is currently in DPD custody. Secondly, evidence points to this not being an act of terrorism. Thirdly, the individual in question has a significant history of mental health issues. And fourthly, he is known to police for a multitude of mental health interactions.
Yeah.
Now, it would appear that mental health appears to be the underlying issue here.
Last night, as members of Vancouver's Filipino community gathered for a celebration of community and culture in East Vancouver, their collective safety and security were stolen when a man in a vehicle drove through a festival crowd and struck dozens of people. 11 people have now died. Their ages range from 5 to 65. Dozens more are injured, some critically, and some have not yet been identified. While there are many details I cannot share at this point, I am able to say that the person we have in custody does.
Well, thank you very much for watching through this channel. I think I need to sleep now because I am night duty. And I'll just watch this tomorrow for the replay of the... And I will be uploading these videos tomorrow. Alright, thank you very much. Bye-bye. God bless us all. Thank you very much.